I really didn't want to make this video, but it's time to expose some scammers in Fortnite Creative. This is going to be a bit of a different video. I hesitate to talk about this stuff at length because I hate being negative. I try really hard to be a positive influence in this community, and I hate being negative, especially when it's like calling out individuals. I was so worried about this, I even asked Twitter what I should do, if I should make this video or not, if it was just going to make things worse. And I got literally hundreds of responses about this. A lot of people here are like, please do it, or really excited just to eat some popcorn and watch the drama unfold. There's also some really other great comments like, maybe instead of exposing scammers, ask your community to help make Creative a better place, or that it's not even necessary because Epic is making changes, which I hope is true, and we'll talk about that in just a second. Even iTalk here says it'll probably make things worse. It just gives exposures to maps that shouldn't get any time in the spotlight, which I completely agree with. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk about some of these issues, and I'm going to show you some examples of things that are not going well, but I'm not going to give publicity to the offenders. Recently, CypherBK made a video talking about all of these problems. He actually went in and exposed some of these map makers, and actually it just gave more exposure to the map makers, and some of those maps got even bigger, where it made it so when the X2 twins, who are a huge YouTubing force out there, made a video about this, one of the first maps they played was a map that was featured on CypherBK's video, and the only reason it was high up on discovery is because of CypherBK's video. So I don't want to encourage any of that. And I want to talk about the X2 twins video here for a second. The purpose of their video was to go into maps and rate them as like ridiculous, completely ridiculous maps that shouldn't be in featured. And this first map is an Ohio map. I don't want to bag on this map. Actually, I don't think this is a terrible map. They had fun playing it. It was very clickbaity and whatever, and I'm not giving attention necessarily to this map maker or not. I don't think there's any scams here, and that's a whole other discussion of like what should be featured, what shouldn't. But talking about people that are abusing the system, like this is a problem where we have top creators coming in to play maps like this, and they're having an experience where they rate this a 9.5 out of 10 for weird and like bleh kind of thing. And when people come in and have an experience that isn't great, it hurts all of us. It makes it so people don't want to play Creative, because when they come in and see some ridiculous map or have a scam or some clickbait or something, then they're not going to come back to Creative to play anymore. They're just going to go in and play Battle Royale and just ignore Discover altogether. So you are hurting not just yourself, but everyone when you make a bad experience for players. Now, I need to say in this video, the X2 twins find a map that they thought was clickbait, but it was actually amazing, which is this Mario Kart map made by Owen La Ninja, which is such a great map, and they ended up having such a fun experience. They played way longer than they expected to play and just kept playing. That's the kind of experience we need to have in Creative, where they play it and it's so fun that they want to play more and find other maps like it. If they're having the opposite experience, we are hurting the entire community. It's not just the creators that are being hurt, it's the players are being hurt, and even Epic, the developers at Epic are being hurt. So this is a problem that we have to solve together, not just Epic, it's up to us as well. Which brings me kind of back to our creator community here. I'm going to talk about some of the scams and some of the issues like Charizard versus Blastoise. Oh my gosh, clearly that's clickbait. We'll talk about that in just a second. I recently saw an exchange on Twitter that I don't want to highlight, but it was just really negative. It was a respected community member tearing down a map of other community members with no positive feedback or anything. It just felt a lot of ickiness in it. And I feel like the problems we've had with Discovery have created this really toxic environment where people are jealous, people are fighting for who gets featured and who doesn't. They're doing scams, they're doing clickbait, and in the end, people just aren't caring about others, whether it's hurting them in Discover or literally saying really mean, hurtful things on Twitter or anywhere else. All people are starting to care about is themselves and how they can get the money or the bag or whatever. Today, what I'm hoping for is that we can all just do a little bit better, myself included. I want to try to highlight more good things in the creative community and talk about the bad things a little bit less. And I hope you guys can get the spirit of this, of trying to just be better as a community together. And all of us together being better can help stifle out some of the negative aspects of the community. Okay, first I want to talk about creative mode and its potential. And to do that, I want to illustrate what's happening with Roblox. Roblox's last weekend had 9.3 million players concurrently playing it at one given time. That is insane to me. That's almost as high as like Epic event numbers of players. There's a huge demand for user-generated content games. Roblox proves that. Creative could become just as big as Roblox with a huge player base that's on Fortnite and bringing cool experiences to them. Like, I want to show you this example. Yesterday, Jake Lucky, who I'm not sure who Jake is. I think he's involved in the COD community and just like gaming news in in general, but tweeted out some of the first person glitch that was going on earlier this week, and people were getting so excited about this. You can see the video had 2.1 million views. He even promoted the map maker, and tons of people were just saying, wow, this app's insane, plays better than Modern Warfare 2. I mean, there was a lot of really positive feedback. All of this just from a glitch that's not even part of Creative 2.0 or whatever. This is all 1.0 stuff that people are getting excited about. We can bring tons of players to creative mode if we do this right. I'm telling you right now, guys, people will come to creative mode. It's going to grow, which brings with it some problems. Any platform, so right now I'm looking at YouTube. Any platform like YouTube has scammers, has hackers, has all sorts of problems. Roblox has had all of these issues and continues to experience issues with hackers and scammers. Same with Minecraft. Like Fortnite Creative here is not experiencing something that's unique. So let's talk about some of the current problems. Obviously, clickbait's a problem. Fall Guys versus Stumble Guys. I mean, what is that? Weapons versus wolf. We clearly don't have the wolf in creative mode right now. Like, I don't need to highlight the clickbait. We've talked about it over and over again. Epic recently said they're making changes to Discover, where they're taking out the recently released row in Discover that they found it wasn't functioning properly. And Epic says that they're going to start doing better with the moderation, all those things. And while I want to believe this, I don't know if it's going to actually happen. We shouldn't depend on Epic to fix these things. I'm hoping we as a community can just do a better job, because there's plenty of proof here. Like right here, the 200+ level default death run. It's clear this is not clickbait. That is probably what the map looks exactly like. Now look, this thumbnail here is a little bit better done, and I think that is totally appropriate. Like, we can be in charge of the meta here. One of the real problems here though is scams like this. This kind of highlights perfectly what's happening. So there's a death run or a map here where somebody dies in the map right here. They died, but then they're warped to this room where they get tons of experience from the accolades device, and they're trapped next to the support a creator button where they have to push it or something to get out. I don't really know exactly how this all works, but it's highlighting two of our main problems here. So first, the accolades device, it encourages people to come in. You get experience from playing creative mode. People have abused this system like no other, and I don't really know the solution to this. That's a solution that Epic's gonna have to come up with. I don't think that's a huge issue. Real big issue right now is with the support a creator button. People are finding ways to abuse this like no else. They're placing more than one in their maps somehow. I don't know how they're even doing it. They're forcing players to click on it. Like, there's all sorts of problems happening with this button, and I think I have some solutions for Epic to consider if you're watching this. First, we need to get rid of the support a creator button altogether. Map payouts need to be based on playtime, and I believe that is in the cards for when Creative 2.0 comes out. Like, I think this will just go away with 2.0. Could be wrong, but I am thinking that will get solved just in the next couple of months, hopefully. Please don't delay again, Epic. Then I think Epic also needs to introduce a 3-strike system similar to YouTube's, where if someone is breaking the terms of service, they get a strike, and if they break it 3 times, they're banned forever. But then I think on top of that, what we really need to see is a feedback system for maps. So this is the Dragon Ball Adventure map collab that they've done, and currently I can come in here and I can favorite this map so I can come back and play it later. I think instead of just a favorite, they need like a thumbs up. They need a way for the community to see that this has 10,000 thumbs ups or whatever it is, and maybe even show how many plays it has as well. You can see this has 10 million plays and 100 thumbs up, so you know that it's probably not a great map because not many people are thumbs upping the map. I don't think we need any thumbs downs or reviews. I don't want to introduce review bombing into creative at all. And then on top of that, I should be able to go and follow map makers that I like. Like, I love Taki here. He's one of my favorite map makers. I haven't played this map yet. I really want to go and play it. It looks so freaking cool. I've played the first 2 maps in the series, and it's so good. I should be able to follow Taki so that when he releases the Runner 4, I know about it and I can go and play it because I love the first 2 maps and I love every map that Taki has made. Once again, we don't need to rely on Epic. We can do better as a community. When you see clickbait in the Discover, don't click on it. Don't go and play it. If you're in a map and see some scummy stuff happening, don't click on the support a creator button. Just leave the map and don't play it again. I believe in this community. If you're a scammer, please stop. You are talented. You can make amazing experiences. You can be known for what's good in creative and not for what's bad in creative. It's okay if you want to make money doing this. In fact, that's what I want to do too, but do it honestly. I'm promising you, it's so much more rewarding to be honest than it is to be dishonest. I love you guys. I love this community. Specifically, I love the community on my YouTube channel. You guys are so amazing. Everyone's so kind and cool and supportive. Let's bring that into Fortnite Creative. You guys can make a difference. The future is bright, guys. Let's grow and do this the right way.